Dear finance professionals and students, welcome to podcast of Fca Deepak Rao, a practicing chartered accountant. Daily news and updates for 23rd June 2026. Discretionary spending is witnessing a notable resurgence, particularly in the apparel and white goods sectors, which have both seen impressive double-digit sales growth this fiscal year, thanks in part to a sweltering summer. Nevertheless, businesses are exercising caution, citing worries about the impacts of an unpredictable monsoon and escalating inflation on future purchasing trends. SpaceX shares have seen a significant drop, losing hundreds of billions in value over 3 days. This decline follows the company's announcement of its first investment-grade bond sale, signaling a major borrowing effort to fuel its artificial intelligence initiatives. Despite the recent dip, the stock remains above its IPO price, with strong retail investor interest noted. Analysts suggest the company's future growth potential is already factored into its current valuation. Meta is betting on India for WhatsApp's next chapter, naming entrepreneur Kunal Shah to lead the messaging app and succeed Will Cathcart, who is stepping down after nearly 7 years at the helm to take on a new product building role at the company. The move comes alongside a Meta-led $900 million financing round for Indian fintech giant Cred, structured through a combination of primary and secondary share purchases. The deal will make Meta a minority investor in Cred. Meta's investment values Cred at about $4.5 billion on a post-money basis. The startup was last valued at about $3.6 billion in a funding round in May 2025, below its peak valuation of $6.4 billion in 2022. The Reserve Bank of India, or RBI, has directed authorized dealer or AD Category 1 banks to submit daily information relating to foreign currency non-resident bank or FCNRB deposits, external commercial borrowings or ECBs, and overseas foreign currency borrowings or OFCBs mobilized under the RBI's recently introduced swap facility. The reporting requirement has been introduced to facilitate monitoring of funds mobilized under the special forex swap arrangements. Indian entrepreneur Gagan Gupta, who founded electric vehicle company Spiro, has secured $55 million in additional backing from Chinese investor New Trails Capital to boost electric mobility and energy infrastructure in Africa. New Trails Capital is a growth stage investment fund focusing on emerging markets. Spiro is the largest EV company in Africa, operating in 7 countries. Spiro closed its latest round at $270 million. The Indian rupee may be heading into a period of relative stability, thanks to easing geopolitical tensions and a series of measures by the Reserve Bank of India and the government to attract foreign money into the country. But economists warn that the relief may only be temporary, with higher US interest rates and slowing global investment flows posing fresh risks in the coming years. In the near term, the currency is expected to remain stable and even strengthen modestly as India's external position improves. However, pressure could return in the second half of the fiscal year if the US Federal Reserve resumes raising interest rates. This podcast is sponsored by Sound of CA. We share because we care. Vande Mataram, Jai Hind.